From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a severe weather alert.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Taylor Plott here, along with meteorologist Kelly Rawson. Chase Wilson also in the house right now. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that does include parts of our viewing area. The warning is for northern Lewis, northern Wayne, southern Perry, and southwestern Hickman counties. It goes until 3 p.m. A lot of lightning with this. You notice that lightning counter right there at 528 strikes within this frame right here. So this is a very electric storm. There's two storms that are right here, two updrafts. You got one that's moving into the city of Linden right now, and then you got the southern one. That's the one that's prompted the new warning for northern Wayne County. That's just northwest of Clifton, and that one has a lot of lightning with it as well. So again, we've been watching these storms for the past, I would say, hour to 2 hours, and they continue to grow, mature, and organize, and obviously now they're getting severe, and they have been severe for a little bit. This is that initial severe thunderstorm warning for Linden. So again, this is going to include the Clifton area. It's getting right on top of Clifton right now. So if you're in Clifton, you're probably going to be seeing your winds pick up here relatively soon, if not right now. And then you're going to start to see that rain starting to move on through. Maybe a little bit of some hail, but it looks like the hail core is just a little bit to the northwest of you. And that is US 641 that's right here. That's where that hail core is located. This will continue to move to the northeast and impact the Flatwoods community, and then eventually getting into Lewis County here and the city of Hohenwald. So if you live in Hohenwald, if you live near or along US 412, if you live in Sweetwater, Ashland, Flatwoods, Leatherwood, probably just to the north of Leatherwood, here's a storm track. Did you have that? What speed did you have that as? 45. 45? Okay. Warning says 40, but that's close enough. It's fine. So Beech Creek right now, again, that's moving into your area along with Clifton. They'll eventually get to the Horner community, Flatwoods at 235, Sugar Hill at 239, Topsy and Ashland around 245 to 250, Sweetwater, Providence, Pleasantville, Hohenwald in between 250 and 3 o'clock, and then Hornertown, Napier, that is Kimmins at 3, and how do you pronounce that, Kelly? That bottom one, is that
I believe it's Etna.
Etna at 304. Again, this is that new severe thunderstorm warning. It does include Wayne County and Lewis County. That is in our viewing areas. Outside of our viewing areas, it includes Perry and Hickman counties as well. Pop on the velocity data real quick, Kelly, because I know you mentioned this, I believe, in your cut-in a little bit ago. There's a little bit of rotation here right along the Clifton area, and then you have another area rotation that's up here towards Linden. The thing is, the way that this radar works, it's down, the one we're using is down in Columbus, Mississippi. So obviously when you go out, the earth starts to curve, so your radar beam gets higher and higher in the atmosphere. So by the time it gets up to these storms from Columbus, you're actually able to see the mid-level of the storm. So that tells us you're getting rotation there. These are supercells. The updrafts are rotating, and they continue to get stronger. So that's going to increase the hail threat and the damaging wind threat. The thing we'll have to watch for is if there's any potential for a tornado. Again, we have that tornado watch that's in effect until 10 p.m. Right now, I don't see anything that is signaling, hey, there's going to be a tornado with this. But the fact that it is rotating in the mid-levels, that will increase your hail potential, and that will also increase your chance
Taylor, I'm going to go ahead and switch to our live radar because we're starting to just now be able to see this part of the storm that we're seeing mid-level rotation.
Okay.
And we're going to be able to start to look at that at a little bit of a lower level. So let me go ahead and switch there to our live X-band radar. So it's now starting to come into, just about coming into Wayne County. And let's go ahead and go on velocity.
There's one rotation right here. Here's the other one. And this one, that one doesn't really look tornadic to me because that's in the actual mid-level of the, or the middle part of the storm. This one, on the other hand, go back to reflectivity real quick. That one on the other end, zoom into that.
Yeah. Do you want me to zoom in on reflectivity?
Zoom in on reflectivity. Okay. I'm getting a spam call on my phone for some reason. Yeah, right in here. So let's we'll hang tight a little bit longer than usual on this severe thunderstorm warning. Go back to velocity real quick. This is just north of Beech Creek. Yeah, right in here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. This would be a spot where you would potentially get a tornado. The other one, that one's in the middle part of the storm. So that's just the entire mesocyclone rotating. That's going to increase the hail threat on the northern side of this storm. But this one right here, just to the north of Beech Creek, that is a little bit of an area of rotation that we're seeing there. Chase, I don't know if you want to flag the Weather Service in Nashville and tell them that we have an area rotation here.
Yeah, good deal. I'll let them know about that.
Yeah, let them know about that. And then, do we have? How far away is this from Waynesboro? Is our Waynesboro cam?
Let me zoom out a little bit.
Able to?
We've also got Hohenwald facing that. Well, we don't see anything right now, but we do have Hohenwald facing southwest. So in time.
In time, you would see it. I wonder if the Waynesboro camera might have a little bit of a better look at it. So. Right now, again, there's no active tornado warning. However, I would say if you live
we actually do kind of have the shelf.
Let's go ahead.
Let's go to 3.
Yeah, go to Lynx 3 real quick, and we'll put on the Waynesboro cam. That one, I can't tell if that's just the base, and you got like a wall cloud back in here with a little bit of a lowering.
I believe that's what it's going to look like. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if I can see it better on this monitor right here. The thing I'm interested in is what this is right here.
Sorry.
You're good.
I'm getting it just kind of centered up here a little
So that's looking north. So that's that north storm. So this would be that back end over here. The thing I'm looking at is right over here.
Yeah. So from there, we're looking northwest. So
yes.
right into that initial feature.
See if you can zoom in over here. I don't know how good the resolution is going to be if you zoom into that point, but that looks suspicious over
That's
here.
That's a good zoom.
Right about here?
Yeah, right about here. This looks like that's a developing wall cloud right here. You get a little bit of a lowering right here. I'm not necessarily saying or thinking that's a funnel, but there is definitely a little bit of some activity going on here. I think off to the to the left side of the screen right here, I think that's just scud. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. If you've walked outside, you can feel it. It's almost feels like it's summertime out there to an extent. So all this stuff over here is just the moisture that's just kind of there. You get clouds that just kind of hang down. They look scary, but they're really just called scud clouds. They're not associated with the storm at all. But this point right here, this is associated with the storm. So let's see if we can just, Chase, are you able to possibly double box me? Just to kind of keep the camera in one of them. See if you can. I
got you double boxed.
Okay. See if you can move the camera to the one on my right over there, and then move the. Or sorry, I meant to say move this to the box behind me, and then go radar here.
Okay. There you go. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah. This is getting tighter. If you live in Flatwoods. Hohenwald, I would hang tight right now, but if you live in Flatwoods, I would go ahead and seek your tornado safe place right now, because this is our live X-band radar here in Lawrenceburg, and that is getting a little tighter. And again, if you see on the box behind me, that's our Waynesboro camera looking back into the storm. So if there's anything that ends up happening with this, it will have a really good look at it. So if you live in the Flatwoods community, I would go ahead and just take your tornado precautions just as a course of least regret, because we do have an area of rotation that is getting tighter here. That's just to the northeast of Beech Creek. That's Tennessee Highway 128 that kind of snakes its way all the way up here towards the Horner community. It's going to be right along that, and as it crosses that, it will then get close to the Flatwoods community as well. I think this goes, excuse me, I think this goes north of Flatwoods. If you live in Sugar Hill, I will go ahead and take your tornado precautions as well. Again, this looks like it could potentially be a developing tornado here. According to our radar, there's no active tornado warning right now, but Chase, I believe, mentioned that in the National Weather Service in Nashville's chat that we have, that there is good little circulation here, and I'm kind of still looking at the camera.
Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on the camera behind the scenes. I'm still watching, just watching for any further lowerings, and just watching to see the cloud movement. You're going to see a lot of clouds moving from the bottom to the top as the storm is ingesting some more fuel, but I'm also watching for storm movement left to right and any sort of twisting and turning in the clouds. Right now, it's looking like I'm not seeing much, but I am keeping a very close eye on one particular part towards the left of the screen. We're going to continue to keep a very close eye on it. We'll keep the Skycam up. And we are, again, watching this on our live radar because we're scanning much lower in the atmosphere. You're going to see mid-level rotation with just about any storms this afternoon because of the fact that they are supercells. So it's very crucial since we are looking at an area that's so far away from all of the radars, as you guys know, that is somewhat of an issue that we deal with here. It's very important for us to be looking at these lower levels because that's where we're going to see a little bit more evidence of any sort of rotation, funnel cloud, or tornado. So we're keeping a very close eye on everything at all levels, and we will continue to keep you updated. Like Taylor said, we're going to stay here for a little while longer because we're just not really liking what we're seeing right now. And the whole point, of course, is to warn you guys before something happens.
Yeah, exactly. And this is moving into, I believe, is this moving into Hickman County right now, or is that Decatur County? The county line for Wayne is right here. So it looks like the rotation is starting to get out of Wayne County.
Oh, yeah, that's into Perry County.
Into Perry County, yeah. So let's zoom out just a little bit and keep the velocity. I want to do a storm track on the velocity. Again, so Perry County is not in our viewing area, but it will eventually get into Lewis County, which is. So just
let me go ahead and adjust some settings here.
Yeah, so this would be that area of rotation, and again, I'm still watching the camera over here on the side, and it definitely looks like a ragged wall cloud. But the thing is, Waynesboro, by this point, this is like what, 20 miles away. I think that it's looking at. It's got a clear view, but it might be too far to actually see some finer details where you can actually see better rotation with it. But this is a storm track for that area of rotation. Horner at 236, Flatwoods at 238, Sugar Hill at 241, Sweetwater at 254, Pleasantville at 257, Hohenwald and Hornertown right around 3 o'clock, Kimmins at about 3:05, Etna at 3:10, Salem at 3:12, and Gordonsburg at 3:13. Again, this is an area of rotation that we're tracking on our live Doppler radar here in Lawrenceburg. And again, this has an area rotation that's just now moving out of Wayne County and is now into Perry County, but eventually it could clip parts of Lewis County. So again, that's where we're watching that area of rotation. There's no active tornado warning right now, but we are watching things very closely, and it looks like the storm on the Waynesboro camera. See if we can go back full on the Waynesboro camera. I think that's, go out of the double box and go to Lynx 3.
There you go.
That looks a lot more ragged, so that's really good. The fact that it doesn't have a lot of definition with it tells me that the updraft is weakened just ever so slightly. So that's good news here. But again, we're still watching this camera very closely. This is pointed back into that direction of the storm, but right now I'm not seeing anything that looks very suspicious, which is really good news. The rotation's still on it, but again, it looks like the storm might have briefly weakened. So again, we'll keep a close eye on it. But again, this has now moved, the circulation's moved out of our viewing area. It's now moved out of Wayne County, but we're still watching it as it continues to get closer to Lewis County right now. We can pop the Lynx 2 back full. And Kelly, why don't you go through the tornado watches real quick, and we'll toss things back at about a minute to 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so we do still have a tornado watch in effect for all of our southern middle Tennessee counties, and for Tishomingo County in Mississippi, that is until 10 p.m. Of course, it is in effect now until 10 p.m. Again, we are not yet looking at a tornado watch for you folks in northwest Alabama. That doesn't mean you won't see storms this afternoon. There's just a little bit better confidence a little bit farther northwest. However, again, it is a day to stay weather aware, even if you do live in northwest Alabama. Even if you are not under a tornado watch, that does not mean you will not see storms this afternoon. But again, the tornado watch for southern middle Tennessee as well as for northeast Mississippi, that is in effect until 10 p.m. The only current severe thunderstorm warning we have is for northern Wayne County as well as for western Lewis County, and that is in effect, it is in effect until 3 p.m. for this storm, so that's about another 25 minutes for you folks. Again, moving through Wayne County right now, about to be moving into Lewis County.
And we're still watching. I'm just kind of watching on the side here on my phone. There is a cell. We can show this real quick, and then we'll toss back to regularly scheduled program because this could be the next severe warning storm. Let's look at the one that's just to the west of Savannah, Tennessee. So we have to pop on the one of the NextRad sites. Memphis or Columbus will be fine. This one right here, it's not severe right now, but it's got a lot of lightning with it. So lightning's upticking. That tells me that, hey, the storm is getting more intense. I don't really see a big hail core with this. You're not getting those pink and purple shades in the reflectivity right here. But this is right along Highway 64 moving into western Hardin County. And it will impact the Savannah area here in probably the next 15 minutes or so as it continues to track its way on off to the northeast. Again, still watching that severe storm off to the north of Wayne County. It's in Perry County right now, and it will eventually get into parts of Lewis County, but I don't see anything that says, hey, tornado right now, and it's out of our viewing area currently. So it's 2:36 right now. We'll toss it back to a regularly scheduled program. I'm meteorologist Taylor Plott, along with meteorologist Kelly Ross and Chase Wilson in here as well. We're keeping you updated. We're watching things very closely, and we'll have another update coming up at 3 p.m. Until then, I hope you have a very nice and safe Thursday afternoon.